It's Saturday, September 14th, right now on 12 News at 10.
More rain on the forecast and double-digit highs. I'll have the breakdown coming up.
Plus, a Civil War era abortion ban now officially off the books in Arizona, but the fight far from over. We'll have the very latest for you tonight. Then we're also learning about funeral services for a fallen Phoenix police officer when Officer Zane Coolidge will be laid to rest. Plus, one of the largest deserts on the planet going green. We'll let you know where this phenomenon is taking place.
12 News at 10 starts now.
Tonight, a Civil War era ban on nearly all abortions in Arizona has now been taken off the books. The latest on abortion law changes right here in Arizona. Thanks so much for joining us this Saturday night on 12 News at 10 o'clock. I'm Jonathan McCall. 12 News journalist Brenda Lipinski looked into that repeal and what it now means moving forward for women here in Arizona. Brenda.
Yes, so back in May, Governor Hobbs signed the repeal, which officially takes effect today. Still, Arizonans will get to vote on expanding abortion access this November. The Civil War era near total abortion ban in Arizona is no longer on the books. As of September 14, 2024, the only abortion law in Arizona allows women to legally get an abortion up to 15 weeks of pregnancy. But this election, voters will consider Proposition 139, which would enshrine the right to an abortion in the state's constitution. Arizona for Abortion Access supports the proposition.
It's really important to note that Arizona still has a ban that has dangerous consequences for folks who are victims of rape and incest or folks suffering with pregnancy complications.
Kathy Herod with Center for Arizona Policy opposes Proposition 139. She was unavailable for an interview, but said in a statement, exactly nothing changes. The focus is on Arizona voters deciding between keeping a 15-week limit or unrestricted abortion without limit for virtually any reason under Prop 139. Under the law as it stands right now, anyone who violates the 15-week law can face 2 to 5 years in prison. And to find out more about Proposition 139, which is on the November ballot, you can head to our website, 12news.com. Reporting in the studio, Brenda Lipinski.
All right, Brenda, thanks so much. Let's talk about our 12 News weather impact forecast tonight. We are tracking a cool down this weekend along with some severe storms headed our way on Sunday. Meteorologist Lindsay Riley here tonight tracking the timing of those storms and when temperatures could reach just the double digits. Lindsay.
Yeah, by Monday, temperatures could reach the double digits. Still forecasting 100 even tomorrow, but the severe weather threat will go up tomorrow. Tomorrow's not going to be a washout. In fact, we will have more dry time than wet, but during the afternoon, a few strong to severe storms will be possible along with some blowing dust. We actually have 2 weather impact alert days ahead of us, Sunday and Monday, for the possibility of severe weather. Blowing dust, also some slick roads with locally heavy downpours at times. Right now, radar pretty quiet, but the humidity has come up because dew points in many locations are in the 60s right now. So we have plenty of moisture to work with. We're going to see monsoon storms coupled with some tropical moisture. Here's our exclusive 12 News monsoon meter for tomorrow. And western Arizona will see the driest weather. In fact, a lot of dry time with a 1. However, highest coverage further east and southeast with 5s, but the possibility of a few strong to severe storms late tomorrow across the lower deserts. Also, the possibility of some blowing dust will be out there for tomorrow, and that threat also continues into Monday, but much of this week, highs in the double digits. Jonathan?
Looking forward to it. About time, Linz. Thanks so much. Tonight, 12 News has learned that a 5th person has died after a Tempe mobile home fire 2 weeks ago. Police say that 22-year-old Valerie Magana Gonzalez died from her injuries yesterday. That fire broke out at a mobile home park near Kyrene and Baseline back on August 25th. 51-year-old Monica Ruiz, 3-year-old Rose Ruiz, 24-year-old Enrique Ruiz, and 18-month-old Eliani Ruiz were also killed in the fire tonight. The cause is still under investigation. New at 10 o'clock tonight, one person is dead. Another person suffered critical injuries after a crash in the East Valley. This happened this morning in Queen Creek on Power Road, just north of Riggs. Queen Creek police say the crash involved a car and a motorcycle. That area was shut down for much of the day as police investigated. Tonight, there's no word on what caused that crash. Funeral services for fallen Phoenix police officer Zane Coolidge have been announced. You may remember that Officer Coolidge was shot in the line of duty. We've learned that he will be laid to rest this coming Wednesday. The funeral is closed to the public, but will be available to watch on the Phoenix Police Department's YouTube page. There will also be a public procession before the funeral that the public can attend. That begins 10 o'clock Wednesday morning at 60th Street and Bell Road. That motorcade will travel to Dream City Church. Coolidge was shot while responding to a report of a car break-in on September 3rd and died just days later. For more information on the procession route, you can head to 12news.com. Tonight, Tempe police are searching for a shooter after someone opened fire inside of the food court at Arizona Mills Shopping Center. The scene breaking news last night on 12 News at 10. Officers say despite that chaotic scene, no one was hurt. Several law enforcement agencies swarming the area looking for that shooter tonight. 12 News is staying in contact with investigators as they work to learn more about who exactly fired those shots. The mall was back open today. Tonight, we're learning more about the siphon fire, which is burning just north of Apache Junction. The Tonto National Forest advising folks in that area that go orders still remain in effect and that a roadblock was moved to mile marker 203 at the Needle Vista exit. As we've been telling you over the last few days, right now there is no access to Tortilla Flat, Canyon Lake Marina, and other areas along State Route 88, where the county has now placed a go order for folks to evacuate. Again, the siphon fire is burning in the Superstition Wilderness area. At last check, the fire has scorched nearly 16,000 acres and is still not contained. Lost Dutchman State Park is closed because of the fire, which officials say was human caused. Meanwhile, the Gate Fire burning near North Scottsdale has been fully contained tonight. Arizona Forestry telling 12 News this fire burning a little more than 1,000 acres near 128th Street and Rio Verde Drive. Crews are still monitoring the area for any hot spots. No homes or buildings were destroyed. We're told investigators still trying to figure out how this fire sparked. Get up to the minute alerts about fires across Arizona with the 12 News app. Just scan the QR code on the right side of your screen. You'll then be directed to download. You can also find more information at 12news.com/wildfires. Now to Decision 2024 and Robert F. Kennedy Jr. making a return visit to the Valley. Joining him was former Hawaii Congresswoman Tulsi Gabbard. The event taking place at the Arizona Christian University in Glendale. This is Kennedy's first stop back in Arizona since ending his campaign and endorsing former President Donald Trump.
We need to restore the middle class in this country, and we need a president who's committed to that. And President Trump is committed to that. He's committed to restoring, to making America healthy again.
Kennedy is expected to continue his tour on behalf of the Trump campaign Monday in Milwaukee. Meanwhile, the wife of vice presidential candidate Tim Walz is expected to visit Arizona this coming week. Gwen Walz will be in the Grand Canyon State on Monday. She's expected to host events in Phoenix, Flagstaff, and Kingman. This will be her first visit to the Grand Canyon State. Tim Walz visited the Valley the same day as the presidential debate just last week, and Democratic presidential candidate and Vice President Kamala Harris visited a few weeks before.